Greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical with another tactical cooking segment. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a 10-pound pork shoulder, and I'm going to make a smoked pulled pork. This is going to be something that is going to be delicious beyond definition. So right now what I've done is I've made the rub right here, and I'm getting ready to put that on. And that rub just is a simple rub that basically consists of things like, obviously salt, black pepper, sugar, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, sage, dried oregano, dried mustard, and some cayenne pepper. So, and some sage. I don't know if I said that, but I'm gonna do. Now, here's the deal. In the interest of full disclosure, I've never done this before. I love smoking things, and I like grilling and barbecuing and all that other stuff. But this will be my first smoked pork shoulder. I'm real excited because I have eaten it before. I actually got a lot of my information from YouTube channels, and I'll leave those links in the description. And just watching videos and reading cookbooks. I have a lot of cookbooks. I love cookbooks. And this shoulder right here is good. I mean, you can see the fat on it. There's a little bit of fat that just adds to the moisture and the juices. This is not an extreme amount. As they say, if your shoulder has too much excess fat, you can trim it off to make it look better if it freaks you out. But this is not a big deal right here. This is actually a good shoulder as far as I can tell. Like I said, it's my first time. But why is that bubble driving me nuts? I want to pop that sucker. But anyways, Dr. Pimple Popper. But, all right, so let me get busy rubbing it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Dijon, and I'm using a honey Dijon mustard, and I'm going to smear it all over this thing, all sides, and then I'm going to put my rub all over it, pat that on there, and then I'm going to cover it, and I'm just going to refrigerate it just for a couple hours. Now, some people call for the refrigerating of it for 8 hours, some 24 hours. The guy that I'm going with, his advice, I take a little bit of advice from each channel. This guy, I can't remember his name right now, he makes good sense. He says, because of the salt content in the rub, if you leave it in the fridge for 24 hours or too long, that's a dehydrator. You're going to end up with a dried piece of pork, which I don't want to do. But right now, because it's, what time is it? It's 6:41 p.m., and I want to have this for dinner tomorrow, so I'm thinking of maybe putting this on at around midnight, and then I'll just have to get up a couple times during the night to handle that, and that'll be involved in the video later on to explain why I'm doing that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do this and put it in, maybe stick it in the fridge for until I don't know, a couple hours, maybe 10 o'clock, a couple hours before 12. And then I'll let it out. I'll take it out so it can get to room temperature, because if you put it in the smoker too cold, it's going to take 16 years to start to really smoke good. Enough of that. Let's get on it. So basically, it's hard to film this and do this with just two hands, but I'm dumping this mustard onto the pork shoulder, and I'm just going to smear it around. I don't know if I needed to show that, but what the heck. Okay, so here's what it looks like after the rub's been put on. Make sure you get it into all the nooks and crannies. Lift up the flaps, and make sure you get all sides. And yeah, I know that's on nice and thick, but you want it to have a really nice bark over the top of it when it's done. I love using words like bark when I'm talking about pulled pork, because it makes it seem like I know what the hell I'm talking about. Oh man, it's so fun. And don't forget to add the berries and cherry. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is going to be good. So let me stick this in the fridge just so I can get it out of the way. And I don't want to get weird on me. And we'll come back later when it's time to put this thing into the smoker. Okay, so it's 3:30 in the morning. Or now it's 3:44 in the morning. And I've already broken my rules. So we're going to forget everything I said about leaving it in the fridge. I kind of screwed up, but it's not that big of a deal, because what I'm going to do now is this is going to be coming to room temperature. You can see that it's actually looks pretty damn good, man, with all that rub on it. And it sat in the fridge all night, which is not what I wanted it to do. But we're going to let it come to room temperature, and I'm going to go up and prepare the smoker, get that all up to speed, and do a little social media while I wait. So we'll be back here shortly. Look who's ready to get out of here and go upstairs. Oh yeah, the beast. Okay, so it's now, what time is it? It's 5:31. I got this thing in at almost 5:30. You can see I've had this thing preheating. The smoke is pouring. I don't need to open the door and show you what it looks like. It looks like a pork shoulder in a smoker. But yeah, things are going good. I'm starting off at 225 is the temperature. Got the timer set for 13 hours, but I'm going to have to, of course, break that up, make some changes in 3 hours. Plus, I have to spritz it and some other things that I'll show along the way. But, you know, it already smells good, or maybe that's just psychological. I don't know. But it's kind of cool out here, man. Getting up nice and early. You can see the, I don't know if you can see it, but all the constellations are up there. Traffic, these poor souls going to work. And yeah, it's pretty cool. The crickets are cricketing. The moon is full, but you can't see it because my trees are in the way. Oh, yeah, it's in there somewhere. But yeah, and I'm on the deck here, and I'm gonna screw around, watch some YouTube videos, and smoke this bad boy. Hope you guys are doing good. Well, the sun came up, and look who smelled something on the smoker. What are you doing? What are you doing? You being a bad boy? Huh? You being a bad boy? You being a bad doggy? You being a bad doggy? Yep. It smells good out here already, man. I do love getting something going early like this. Oh, that smells delicious. I think the neighbors are going to want to come over and invade. Okay, so we're coming up on the 3-hour mark here for this thing. It's been in the smoker now for just about 3 hours, and I'm going to mix up my spritz because we're going to need to keep this thing nice and moist, and this is after 3 hours when we start spritzing it. So I'm going to mix a half a cup of apple juice with a half a cup of apple cider vinegar and yeah, I've been up all night. A half a cup of water. So half, and then a half a cup of water. Put it into my little sprayer, and that'll be my spritzer. And yeah, I'm tired. Okay, so now we are going to begin the spritzing segment. Let's let the smoke out of there. You can see it's already got the split right there, which that's a good sign. So you want to spritz the heck out of this bad boy. I'm going to put this phone down so I can get a better job, do a better job of spritzing. Okay, the fatigue's kicking in. The bad part about this is you got to spritz this thing like 15 to 17 times during that next 3-hour segment, which means there's really no chance for me to get any sleep until I wrap it up for its final thing. And you don't want to keep the door of the smoker open too long. Gonna let all the heat out and all the smoke. So here we go. And got nice spritz in there. Okay, so here we are. We took it out. Now I'm going to wrap it up nice and tight, and it's going to go in for the final 3 hours. And let me tell you something, it smells great. When my recipes call for hot sauce, I go to the Rectal Rampage. You just don't get any better than Rectal Rampage. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Tactical Barbecue Sauce, the best in the entire world of barbecue sauce. If you want this recipe, it's got to simmer for a while, and then put it in its little bottles and put it in the fridge, and it is glorious. It would make a dog turd taste fabulous. Check it out, LMS Tactical. That's the YouTube channel. Just search LMS Tactical Barbecue Sauce. Oh yeah. Okay, just pulled it out now. The internal temperature out there said 205, which is what I'm looking for. So hopefully I'm going to recheck it here just to be sure I didn't have the probe up against a bone or something. This is my first time dealing with a pork shoulder, but look at that bark, looks good. I think it should just fall apart. But let's take a look and see what the internal temperature is here. Oops, I feel a bone there. Let's see. Keep on climbing. That is getting up there. Let's see. 200. I'm gonna say that's okay, because I've had it off for a few. Yeah, so anyways, there it is, and I'm gonna let it sit here for about 45 minutes, and I can tell you right now, it's just ready to just be pulled, and oh my lordy, it just feels so good. So yeah, that's it, man. Pulled pork. Maybe I'll do another little thing once I get it all out and set up. But in the meantime, in case this is the last scene of the video, LMS Tactical, stay safe. I'm out. Right on the set, this is the end of the process. Look how this meat just pulls right off. That's why we're going to call it pulled pork. And it's tender, and my barbecue sauce kicks ass. Here, take a bite. Oh my God, guys. It's great. I love it. Life is good.